My fellow Liberians, despite our diversity, we are a united people, a great and noble people. Through the strength of our unity and the resilience of our determination, we have begun to rebuild a ravished country and have survived 2 deadly health crises. Our people have stood together as one united people, ready to face the future. Whether you are a fisherman of Grand Cru and Sino, the hunters of Grand Jide and River G, the farmers of Lofa and Bapolu, the Gola and Vai dancers of Bumi and Cape Mount, the hospitable people of Bassa and River Cess, the warriors of Maryland, the miners and explorers of Nimba, the merchants and traders of Bong, the welcoming people of Magibi, or the melting pot of Montserrado. We are one people, Liberians. We have a great challenge and opportunity ahead of us. In unity, we will rebuild this country as a shining example in Africa, demonstrating the power of a determined and united people. Our economy and our national budget will expand and grow like never before. We will improve the lives of our people and put smiles on the faces of our citizens. I promise you that together we can and will do the job. A new day is on the horizon. The time for babysitting is over. God bless you and God bless Liberia.
CPP coming with fire. Corona and retire. Just see the way we do yellow bone. There's nothing that
when ALEXANDER Cummings become president, part of struggle fini. Government officials will stop stealing our country money. I say, pretty hot coming. Frustration coming.
CPP coming with fire. Corona and retire. Just see the way we do yellow bone. There's nothing
When ALEXANDER Cummings become president, part of struggle fini. Government officials will stop stealing our country money. Common people starving, daily leaders having party. We've been praying for better days, but things just getting nasty. CPP coming politicians run for political weapon and phony. Retire was stopping, the hour is down. ALEXANDER Cummings spending the money. The citizens poor, but the country is rich. Responsible leader with 40 for change. Phase 1 and phase 2, take over the mansion and handle the key.
I got that boy. Celebrating Mary, making for the winning day.
And it's gonna come
Show his face, I'll tell you, get showed up face. I say we're taking over, CPP taking power. And then only they think they still want to favor it. People got the union opposition getting confusing. Hey, CPP coming with fire. Corona and retire. Just see the way we do yellow bone. There's nothing
Coming. 2023 presidential and general elections are just ahead, and Liberians will go to the polls on October 10th to vote and choose new leaders to govern the nation. And one name that stands out among the rest is Alexander Benedict Cummings, an astute statesman of national and international integrity, national standard bearer and first partisan of the collaborating political parties CPP. Vote Alexander Benedict Cummings and Councillor Charlie Bromskin, President and Vice President for a better Liberia, for massive and decent paid jobs with equal access to jobs and opportunities, irrespective of your political, social, or ethnic background. Vote Cummings and Bromskin for a better economy where the nation's wealth will be fairly distributed for the benefit of all. For a genuine enforcement and implementation of a sound Liberianization policy that sets aside certain businesses exclusively for Liberians. Vote Cummings and Bromskin for improved and better health care, better quality education, and better care for retired and old people. Vote Cummings and Bromskin for support through loans to farmers for increase in food production for the nation. Vote Cummings and Bromskin for a better judiciary and genuine enforcement of law and order aimed at attracting.
Bati, Alexander Cummings, Bati. Zekwe, CPP, Zekwe, Charlie Bromskin, Zekwe. I want, za. Bati house. Stand up, well. Who you want? My Liberian people, who you want? Our market women crying, who you want? Our Yana boys are crying, who you want? Zoba. Handkerchief. Take out your white handkerchief. Let's go. Everybody sing go far. Look back at the say that coming where we want. But me can't they coming where we want. Very like they coming where we want. Nima can't they coming where we want. Basa can't they that coming where we want. Get my can't they that coming where we want. Papa we there I say that coming where we want. Regular I can't say that coming where we want. Musa Belete I say who you want.
Good morning, Siriki.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Kishan.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's morning on your end there, so it's good to be
No, I'm right behind you right now. I'm right in Liberia, but I know you're confused now to see me. Not just the background you're looking at. I know when you leave the studio today, you're going to run all over the place to start looking for me.
Yeah, but it's good to be here with you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, are we on right now?
Yeah, we are live on the radio.
Yeah, thank you, Sidiki, as usual. And at least you're taking a break off the campaign trail. You see, when we get a lot of people, we depend on every Liberian and everyone who near Mr. Cummings to do this work. Good morning for those of you who listen to us by radio. I want to say good afternoon. Good afternoon. I love you people. And we will be having a good show today. We okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll be having a good show today. I know people are firing up. We got 32 days to go to this general elections. 32 days. We will be casting our vote on the 32 days from now. We'll be casting the first vote. So Liberians, get ready. Yesterday, CDC had their launching. I gave it to them. They turned the place blue. Congratulations. Listen, when you're in politics, we are opponent. We are not enemies. We are opponent. It is their right, and it is the right of you that wore that blue t-shirt out yesterday. It is your right. Even the devil got followers. So please do not be moved or not be confused by crowd. We have seen more crowd than that. We have seen crowd where nobody could even shake. But yes, it was CDC day. And let me say this to people. I will not waste my time to talk about whether George and CDC pay people to go on a fee, or whether they pay this person or they pay that person, or whether they provide buses that their business. But Liberians, you know yourself. Today we'll be speaking to the 40% who have not decided, or who have decided but remain silent. It is you who will change this country. Let me ask you a question here. If you take $1 million and open a business or company, will you hire President Weah as your CEO, or will you hire Joseph Boakai or Alexander Cummings? Who will you hire? My Liberian people, we have seen it all. We saw one of the most powerful and popular politicians in our life, Charles Taylor. He enters, people pick his car up. We saw President Weah. Popularity have carried us nowhere, have taken us nowhere in this whole thing here. Popularity is not leadership. You can be popular, you're a celebrity. One President Weah is a celebrity. President Weah is there. But ask yourself the question, look at yourself. I supported CDC for the last 12 years in opposition. Now we are in charge. You got your first daughter, was born in 2017. Is your child in the first grade today? Your life changed? Do you have a job? Can you go out there and just walk in and walk out? What are you looking for? What you want to vote for? What are you voting for? Are you voting for because somebody was in government for 42 years? Or are you voting because, oh, I just love this guy? I thought you're supposed to vote for yourself, your country. You're supposed to vote for somebody who can fix it. Somebody who can provide jobs. Somebody who can fix the educational system. Somebody who will put you fresh. These are the questions you need to ask. What will you do if I elect you? Let us stop suffering ourselves. We are punishing ourselves. Yesterday, I saw people dancing. And these same people, I saw them crying 4 years ago. Yesterday, they were crying. Things were tough. Oh, because you can divide $50, you can get 50 US, you can get a $10. And after the election, what next? Are you just going to sit down and no jobs? Let me tell you something. Anything that you don't do yesterday, you can't do it today. You had an opportunity to do it. You were in a position to do it, and you don't do it, you can't do it again. There is no way President Weah can do more than what he has done. Because we gave President Weah the opportunity to help us to improve this country. But all I hearing people talking about, oh, President Weah fixed the road. Oh, President Weah built the 14 hospital. Oh, President Weah pay YX fee. Oh, President Weah fixed the road going to Nimba. But you know what I never heard? Oh, President Weah created job. Oh, the security system is okay. Oh, justice for all Liberians. Oh, our people got jobs. Our children going to school free. But all I hear, President Weah pay YX fee. My Liberian people, because our ma and pa not working, so the government pay YX fee. There's nothing wrong with it. That's not George Weah. That's not President Weah. That is not what I should vote you for. I vote for people. I want to know what you can do. Can you provide jobs? It mean that you must give me work now. That means your government will put things in place that business people will come in the country, big companies, because the company that are in the country right now, that the only job they can provide. They've been there a long time. Can you provide security for me? That if somebody come to my house in the night and I call the police, can the police come there? Can you protect the lives of the Liberian people, that nobody will just be killed and things will go free? These are the questions we need to look at and we ask. But today, you voted for somebody because they're too popular. You voted for somebody because you're from the same county. We are killing ourselves. We cannot be slave to ourselves. I said it before, we got two types of rogue. We got a rogue that can kind of steal your purse, that will steal your TV, but that rogue can choose who to steal from. But we got the other rogue, we call it the political rogues. They steal your children's future. They steal your future. They kill you, they discourage you, and you will stay indoors and don't go. But guess what? We chose them. My Liberian people, this election is in your hands. I am not speaking to seditions. I am not speaking to a UP person who calls herself Daha. I am speaking to the good Liberians who will vote for change. Liberians who want to see bread on the table. Liberians who want to work. Liberians who understand, say enough is enough. I am tired. I'm looking for a leader who will provide these things. I'm looking for a leader who answering my question. That is why the CPP, headed by Alexander Cummings, is going around. We're not making noise. The other day we were in District 4. We ain't make too much noise. The crowd. The other people get crowd, I get crowd, everybody get crowd. The crowd will not just vote. Imagine, we got 2 million people. We got 2.4 million that register. This year, I believe 90% of these people, between 90 to 95% will vote. Because I can see the momentum. But we got 40% who are not talking. So my Liberian people, some people say, whether you like it, you don't like it, I will vote for the papi. Whether you like it, you don't like it, I will give president. We are 12 years. We're looking for somebody that can create jobs, that can fix the economy. Can President Weah fix the economy? No. Can Mr. Bwaka fix the economy? No, because they never show it. They were there before. Can President Weah provide jobs, opportunity for our people? No. We gave him the opportunity. He has not done it. Listen, only one person can make the case against President Weah. The only person that can go against President Weah and make the case and we can win and we can change that country, that Alex Cummings. Because if you, Liberian people, if we vote UP to go against President Weah, UP cannot make the case. Because if UP tell President Weah, say you corrupt, President Weah will say, oh yeah, but you yourself, you are corrupt for 12 years. Because we know UP are corrupt for 12 years. If you tell a person, say, oh, you won't face hospital, he said, but the one I met there, I must say I build hospital, you won't build no hospital too. He said, oh, you won't face the road. He said, but you yourself, you are there for 12 years. So you see, two of them argue with each other. This election cannot be between CDC and UP. Whether we like it, we don't like it, President Weah getting on a fan. President Weah fan, whether President Weah lay down and sleep, they will vote for him. The people who love President Weah will vote for him. But guess what? The people who love President Weah, they're more than you. President Weah never got more than 40% of the vote before. He never on his own. At the time, it was not a coalition. They used to get 25 to 28%. When they were coalition last year, they got only 38%. So you think President Weah can get to 51%? No way. You start fooling us. You think UP can get 51%? No way. So all that thing they're doing, they're making fun out of you and myself. They're trying to say that we can't think. We were born to suffer. That's what they're trying to tell you. They're trying to tell you, say, we're not smart people. Anything they tell us that what we believe. My Liberian people, Mr. Cummings in Cape Man, we're not calling plenty crowd, but we're meeting the people and telling the people what we can do. Mr. Cummings is saying that, my people, this is my platform. Since 2017, Mr. Cummings said we got to fix our electricity. And that's true. If you check around the world today, everybody, the number one is electricity. Electricity. When you get electricity, the big companies will come back in the country. If you get good drinking water, our people will not get typhoid, they will not get diarrhea, they will not get all kind of funny sicknesses. Now, internet connectivities and cell phone. You must stay in Monrovia and talk to your relative in Grangeria, in Maryland, in Sano, with nothing intercepting you, interfering with your call. Right in Monrovia, I'm talking to Siriki, the phone breaking up. You on the side, you can't get nothing. These three things are very important if we really want to create job in this country. But you think they care for it? No, we got fiber optic in Liberia. Because when you're fixing the electricity, all our technicians will get job. We're not just talking about giving light. Look at the street. All the place in the community is spaghetti. The wire cut anytime it kill people with no safety. Then you say, oh, we get light. No. Look at the wire that you get near your house. All the small spaghetti, all in the, you don't concern about the people. People die and nothing coming out of it. Electric wire will cut when it rains and electrocute people, eject you. Let me put it that way. They say eject you, you die. Nothing comes from out of it. People can't find water. The country is dirty. Then today you're telling me, whether you like it, you don't like it, I will give President we are 2 terms. That's your right. That's your right. I'm not forcing you. I am not begging you. We all have responsibility for Liberia. Do not fall in love with politicians. You got 32 days to go to the election. 32 days. Do you want to go back? Do you want to keep the present? Or do you want to move forward? And I will be honest with you. If you think that you're bad, if you think that George Weah government is better, keep it. If you think it's not better, go forward. President Weah is not Liberia. President Weah is not bigger than you and myself. President Weah is not bigger than Liberia. If you think you want to go back to the past, then I will tell you, if you already graduated from LU, go back to 11th grade. Since you won't go back to the past, then make sure you reduce your age and go back to the 11th grade instead of going back to college and you graduate and you get a job. Everybody push for the future. If you think that this government is bad, then you must go to the future. We got good Liberians who can do a better job. Not because you get in the car had nasty accident, and then you say you're not ride car again. I know they say when snake bite you and you see worm, you be afraid. But we can't go like that, my Liberian people. You can't stay home and say, oh, you know, I get a voting card, but I will not vote. I don't trust nobody. That means you don't trust yourself. You must learn to trust people. Because if Mr. Cummings were going to sit down and say, you know what, I don't care. Me, I get money. I will just go sit down and enjoy myself. That means Mr. Cummings is not a Liberian. He's not a patriot. If I just sit and say, well, me, I live in America. I don't care about your business. That means I am not a Liberian and I'm not a patriot. So, if you don't vote, the other people will win. If you don't campaign, the other people will win. The only man that can challenge President Weah and you will see the real change is Mr. Cummings. President Weah refused to debate Mr. Cummings. Mr. Bwaka refused to debate Mr. Cummings. Mr. Bwaka said, if Mr. Weah don't debate, I will not debate. So you got option. You got one man who been there for 6 years, ain't do nothing. You got 12 years, people, they ain't do nothing, but they won't come back. And they say they're coming back, but we can't hear them what they're talking. All they know, we got to rescue. We got to rescue. We need a change. We need a change of governance. We need somebody that will put Liberia first. Check the record of Mr. Cummings. What are you looking for? Are you going to vote for somebody because they were in government for 42 years? Are you going to vote for somebody because they're so popular? What have they done for you? My Liberian people, please. Please, the silent voters, we can change it. This is the time that we must change our country for a better, to get a better country and for all Liberians. Because when Mr. Cummings wins, every Liberian wins. Mr. Cummings is the only one that can unite us right now. Mr. Cummings is the only one that going around and speaking to people. You can tell that Mr. Cummings will not even witch hunt nobody. Imagine they took Mr. Cummings to court. Mr. Cummings got the opportunity to re-sue them and make good money from them, but he said, forget it. Let's move forward. My Liberian people, we saw Mr. Bwaka in the church refuse to speak to Mr. Cummings. He refused to acknowledge, to sympathize with Mr. Cummings. When Mr. Cummings gathered to speak, he walked out of the church. What kind of unity? What are we showing our children? My people, please don't be a hero, but vote right. Do not vote because somebody gave you $5 today. Don't vote because they gave you a bag of rice or they gave you $20, they gave you t-shirt. It will never put food in your pocket. They gave you 10 years, so you will give them 6 years to steal. Ask yourself the question. Oh, I just love President Weah. When President Weah was senator, what he did. When President Weah was playing football, what he did for Liberia. Oh, we just love him. We gave him 6 years already. In the 6 years, we see nothing. No jobs. Things are hard. But during the campaign, they wasted millions of Liberian dollars. They're giving journalists, they're paying everybody, they're giving everybody money. That's your money they're using on you because they will get it back when you re-elect them. And when you bring President Weah back to power, know that we are cutting ourselves from the international community. America will not do business with us. America make it clear. You saw they do the money bill. Today, the Sierra Leone president is on sanction. When Mr. Weah wins, Magay wins, all these people, America will not do business with us. And my people, what are you lacking? We know we're sovereign nation, but we can beg. Every country around the world won't be friend with America. Let me tell you today. They want to be friend with America. Let us start making big mouth. If you bring UP back to power, they will not do business with UP. Because you got the other people, you got a bunch of corrupt people, the Prince Johnson, everybody there. So they will not do business with them. They will not do business with them. They're telling us, they made it clear. You got other good person. I'm not just saying vote for Mr. Cummings. You got other good people back there that you can look at. These two parties, they're not good for us. We know the record. We saw 12 years record. Malaprepo, why you acting like you don't know? Then you see the other. In Liberia, yeah, everybody crying. Harder. Gasoline at $5. You can't afford to buy a cup of rice. You can't afford to send your child to school. And today you're telling me that, oh yes, you're scared now because you see blue all over the country. Nobody going to scare me. Nobody going to scare us. Not because they say and Nigeria can play, so when they put us in the tournament, we'll run away. We're not afraid of CDC. We're not afraid of UP. Mr. Cummings is the alternative. UP can never be the alternative, my people. Let's be honest here today. UP, you voted for UP, fine, because you're a UP member. I appreciate it. But what we are saying here today, please let us vote right. Stay online, vote. You will see Mr. Cummings. They're making the election between CDC and UP. They not push us out. They say, oh, Mr. Cummings, they're not nobody. But we know you, the silent voters, you know what you want. You, the silent voters, you know what you want. The young people of Liberia. I don't want to hear they say, oh, we first-time voters. My Liberian people, President, we are never pay YS fee for you. The government of Liberia pay it. And that because they pay YS fee, that means you the first-time voters. That means, oh, I will give my vote to him. And I turn 18 years old, Mr. We are 18, so I will just vote. Listen, you creating your own trouble. Look at your friend there. Your friend who graduated from college. They didn't get a job today. Let's look at the train we call Zogo in the street. If President Weah was serious and ready to lead, by this time he now cut the Zogo into half. Some of them working today. But I can remember President Weah getting $5,000 each the other time. $3. The other Christmas they getting 5,000. That's all. So you tell us now, where are the human capacity? Where the people that Mr. Cummings, Mr. Baka, Mr. Weah putting together? Yesterday again, Mr. Weah said he went in the refugee camp. The my people are saying it today that I challenge President Weah. Let President Weah show us picture, because President Weah get plenty of picture on the internet when you're playing football. President Weah get picture when you're in Ghana playing. He got picture he went to Guinea. He got picture he went to Ivory Coast. Let President Weah show me that he went in a refugee camp and we're talking to the Liberian people. I will vote for him. I will not vote for Cummings. I will not stay on radio. I will leave the radio. I will leave the internet. I challenge President Weah. President Weah never stepped his foot in any refugee camp. People went to him and begging for money. People went to Ghana and they begging for money. But what President Weah should, okay, we agree now, we made him president. Same President Weah being president. He ever went to the refugee camp in Budubura in Ghana to talk to our people to come home? And I challenge President Weah again. If you show me any picture from today behind, don't go there tomorrow and go take a picture. Show me any picture of President Weah visiting a refugee camp as a president of Liberia. Since you love the Liberian people, He now visit Ghana 10 times. In fact, right now, the first lady, she will be in Ghana. She spent all her time in Ghana. Whether they ever enter the camp, we the one collected money for our brothers and sisters in the camp the other day when the Ghana people said they will leave. So why are we doing this to ourselves? Why? What is the popularity? What has popularity done for us? We got good Liberians that we can do it. Then we say, oh, somebody come and say, and you know, and President, we are let get president. We are 12 years, so he can just leave, so he can just forget. Then we'll bring Mr. Cummings. You asking how long you will live for? Do you know your future? No. But you say, let's just get president. We are 12 years. When president we are finished, then we'll bring Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings will do the work. You believe that Mr. Cummings can do the work. You yourself, when we ask UP, they say Mr. Cummings can do the work. When we ask the Liberian people, who you think got contact to bring job? Everybody say Mr. Cummings. But then why you can't vote for Mr. Cummings? Oh, you know the numbers. What you believe in. If you are the only person they're looking for, you believe that Mr. Cummings can do the work. You believe that Mr. Cummings can bring job. But you scared because the other people now. Are you looking at the other people or do you look for yourself? What is your belief? What is your belief? So vote based on your belief. You believe that Mr. Cummings can do a better job. Then vote for Mr. Cummings. Even if Mr. Cummings lose, you will be on history. You will say, yes, my conscience is clear. I play my role. I play my role and I voted just how I voted for Charles Taylor. And when I was living in a place where Charles Taylor people, I voted for Charles Taylor and I was happy because you know what? I know I made the right decision. And I know I am making the right decision. That is why I campaign against my friend, President Weah, because I know I'm making the right decision for Liberia. I'm not making decision for myself. I'm making decision for my brothers and sisters, my friends, people who should benefit. So what you believe in? Don't look at what so-called politicians who yesterday Senator Balu said Mr. Cummings get contact. Mr. Bwaka can never win election without Mr. Cummings. But today, Senator Balu tell you say, oh, Mr. Bwaka can make it. These are the same people who say Mr. Cummings is the best. But because they believe in nothing, because they are so corrupt, they want to come back to government. They say, you know what? Let me just go to Mr. Bwaka because Mr. Bwaka got 450,000 votes. 2017 is sitting down somewhere. They will go and pick up from there. But the silent voters, I believe in you. Mr. Cummings believe in you. The Liberian people believe in you. The young people, our women, our children, our young men, our educated men, the ones that who graduated from school. Don't let nobody spoil your future. Do not add another wasteful 6 years or 15 years to your age. Please, I beg you. Our old politicians, they fool us. We don't want to fool you. Do not add another 6 years that will just be wasteful. Because no country is going to help us. We have leveraged everything. If you want to keep President Weah, then vote for Mr. Bwaka. Because definitely, President Weah, at the end of the day, they will argue, they will make the case among each other, and then we'll say, well, I'd rather suffer for 6 years. Do you want to suffer for 6 years? Do you want a change? Do you want a government that will respect the people? Do you want a government that can tell people the truth? Only Alex Cummings. Alex Cummings said, I will prosecute people. In fact, I call it stealing. Alex Cummings said, we'll empower the youth. Alex Cummings said, we'll provide $20 million to our small businesses. He said big businesses, small businesses. Alex Cummings said, we'll pay living wage. People who do the work should get paid. I never hear the other people talking. Mr. Cummings said, our police, our nurses, our teachers, our drivers, our cook, they should be paid well. I hear nobody talking about it. Only Mr. Cummings can talk about it. Mr. Cummings is the only one that had over 300 interviews and nobody can ask him a question again. When the last time you saw President, we are talking to us. When the last time you saw President, we are talking with the press. The president cannot even debate. He can't tell us what he will do. But we hear his surrogates. We hear his people all over the news. Oh, Mr. Weah will do this. But you don't hear from him. They see what with UP. Oh, UP will create job. UP will bring back job. But you hear Mr. Bwaka talking it. Mr. Bwaka is not going anywhere. But they're telling people coming to you, oh, vote for Mr. Bwaka, but they're not telling you nothing. Then tomorrow night they'll tell you, say, oh, where? And I don't want to vote for them. My people, UP is not the alternative. UP are there for 12 years. Even if we don't want president, why would you bring UP back to power? Especially this particular UP, where you got the same corrupt people coming together. The same corrupt people, you can't see them, my people. The same people with vest. Oh, look at Talok, corruption King Kong. But they all coming together. Don't let the crowd fool you. We're not playing crowd game. Teacher can't pour food on your table, my people. Oh, I can't see Mr. Cummings in the because you concern. And thank you very much, you concern Mr. Cummings. Oh, we can't see Mr. Cummings. We can't see the media say, oh, Mr. Cummings not spending money on the media. Spend money for what? And what journalists have to be, they don't want to be talking for us. But instead, they themselves, they're not journalists, they call them journalists. I will tell you today. They are not doing what is right for the Liberian people. Every one of them looking for money, what they can get. Some of them get new car today. Some of them get used car today. All they want, oh, when you give me money, I will go talk for you. When you give me money, I will talk for you. Mr. Cummings will not pay nobody to vote. We will not pay nobody to vote. We will not pay you to vote for yourself. We will not pay you. If you want to get paid, then me you will work. If you get on the campaign trail and walk around, you and myself will work. When you want to campaign with me and you want also eat the cold together, eat the dry rice, join me, we will do it. But I will not pay you. Mr. Cummings will not pay you to vote. Somebody call me, oh, and General, you say we will support Mr. Cummings, but I need small money. When you are supporting Joshua, I give you money to support him. No. Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you in love for politicians? I'm not in love for Mr. Cummings. I only admire Mr. Cummings. So my Liberian people, please, this election is very important. We got 32 more days to go. You either get it right or you stick to what you want. But if you want to go behind, let me tell you today, going behind is like after I went to school, graduated from college, I decided to go back to 11th grade. Because I said the future not good for me. I'm scared of the future. I'm afraid. I'm scared of the future not looking good. If I go there again, I will not get jobs. So let me go back to the other people who will just look at me and give me job. Why will you do that? Una in Liberia, my people. Let me tell you, Una in Liberia. You know, it's serious but it's funny. Una in Liberia. Even if we don't want president, we are. Why should I waste my time behind UP? We know UP record. We cry for corruption before. We cry for injustice. So you see, UP can make and CDC can make the case against UP one-on-one. Because anything UP says, CDC will say, but you won't do it. You are there for 12 years. But Una Mr. Cummings can make a real case against President Weah. Because Una Mr. Cummings can tell President Weah, say, your government is corrupt, Mr. President. Your government has been called kleptocratic. Your government got sanctioned. Your government got record for human rights. Our people are dying. There is no job in Liberia, Mr. President. Show us the job. How many jobs have you created in the private sector? How many businesses that you have given loan to? How many Liberians that are doing good? The only people that are doing good, Jefferson Koji, all the people that are working around Mr. President. You get Fina Bono and all these people. Before I go to Siriki, and I will say this again. People say politics is interest. Politics is interest. I look at some of my people who supporting other people based on their belief. If you say President Weah is corrupt, but I will support UP. Some people make the case, oh, but ain't Louis Brown corrupt too? Louis Brown working with Mr. Cummings? We're looking at the leader. Mr. Cummings is clean, is the cleanest candidate in Liberia. Mr. Cummings is corrupt free. 6 years, Mr. Cummings in Liberia, he crossed no deal. We saw people who went to Liberia in no time. They were in all kinds of fishy deal. So we're looking at the leader. The leader make the difference. They say the fish can get rotten from the head. So if you see Louis Brown, Belete, all these people supporting Mr. Cummings, they are not corrupt. Because the system they work for was so corrupt, so you take all of them to be corrupt. In a job we are government, you think everybody corrupt? They got good GM ministers, deputy ministers who are not corrupt. But because the government is corrupt, so you think everybody is corrupt. But we got a vice president who he say he not corrupt. Okay, let's say he say he not corrupt. But Mentor Steel gave all the senators and representatives one pickup. Do you imagine what they give the vice president and the president? You think they forget the president and the president forget them too? Tell me now. They buy concession. And when we talk about corruption, we're talking about just stealing. The bad concession. It passed through the vice president office before the senator passed it. So tell me, the vice president said he was on his lane. He was parked. So that means we pay him for 12 years for all doing nothing. So why you want to change the story, say, oh, you know, when the UP government was doing good. Why you tell a long time to say what a good and bad UP did? Now today you won't can tell us, say, oh, UP government was better. No. Early Johnson government was better because you made it clear, the vice president made it clear to us that I was sitting on my lane. I asked, listen, the vice president say, I told the president to increase taxes. How can you increase tax because you want to fix the road? Why will you increase tax? I'm not an economist, but it makes no sense. So you see the vice president, he plenty of things he made mistake on. The vice president not thinking again. They asked him what you will do in 100 days. He said, I'm in an alliance. My other people will join me for us to tell you. Let's just rescue first. We must rescue first, then we'll tell you later. The same thing we did to President Weah. President Weah didn't tell us nothing. We voted for him. It took 9 months to come up with an agenda, and still the president can just run the thing like a football club. But Mr. Cummings telling us, this is my plan, and Mr. Cummings never changed on his plans. Either he upgraded plan, but Mr. Cummings has not changed. Mr. Cummings still go to places on time. Mr. Cummings is still insisting. So why if Mr. Cummings are going to be, they get plenty of librarians who get money. But they say, you know, I'm not coming to that country not correct. My librarian people, we got other people that are there. Every one of you that are listening to me, you know that Mr. Cummings can do the work. You know Mr. Cummings got the contact. Do you know what it means for a poor boy or black man to go in a white man wall and go number 2? Do you know what it means? Not in soccer, in intellectual, and to work for a Fortune 500 company. It's not easy. Today we got our librarians stay there. Then when we're ready, we start cursing people. Oh, yeah, the man are sugar water man. That man get his own money. He ain't got to ask for our money. That man will not suffer. His children will not suffer. His grandchildren will not suffer because he worked for his money. Go and Google the man. Go and look at it. Check himself. But President Weah can't tell because they want debate. Mr. Bwaka want to debate. All the other people want debate, but only President Weah and Mr. Bwaka said they can't debate. President Weah and Mr. Bwaka said they will not debate. My first time hear that thing there. In a good country, trust me, they will not vote for you. But then one they put my asking question. Mr. Bwaka was in true FNL, they didn't ask question. Mr. Weah left for people to asking question. President Weah just go and follow your mouth whole day. Oh, the 12 year, they didn't do nothing. The other people ain't do nothing. And we the one, I the one when refugee camp. He ain't going to refugee camp. He ain't built nowhere in Liberia. He ain't get nobody one bag of rest when you're playing football. My Liberian people, we telling you that all I can tell you, this thing here is serious. The election is our life. Government business is not fun. Y'all say Mr. Cummings too serious. Yes, Mr. Cummings serious because government is serious. People's lives depend on it. Because government is so serious that you got to make the people understand that you're serious. Because if somebody get in trouble, if I myself here I get in trouble under Mr. Cummings will tell the police person you're arresting. Not because money support me, you're arresting. That is what a leader is supposed to do. If I get in trouble, I should be arrested, I should be prosecuted. Not because I know Mr. Cummings, so he say, oh, you know, money vote for me. No, that's not how it's going to work. Even your own brother. And Liberian people, if when Mr. Cummings become president, it will be a tsunami in Liberia. We're not hiding from you. Then you will enjoy it, but guess what? The so-called corrupt politicians, if their name come up, Mr. Cummings said, even if they call my man name, you'll go for him. So Mr. Cummings not picking and choosing. He said, even if they call Moriah Yakula name in any corruption and the audit, you'll go and get her. That is what a president is supposed to do. A president, you are father of the nation. Seditions are not the only Liberians. When you don't support UP, they say you're not patriotic. When you don't support UP, they say your future finish. Amen, Liberian people. After the election, you myself will sit down and talk. They tear, they're not forcing you. Let us be civil. And that costs nobody. I just want to making the case for Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings say, I will do this. The other point say it. Mr. Cummings said we'll spend money on agriculture. 10% of our national budget will go to agriculture. That's what the UN say, and that's what everybody doing today. He said we'll spend money on education. Because Mr. Cummings is a businessman. And guess what? When Mr. Cummings president, the business people, the Liberian business will enjoy. They will have first priority, first preference to get loan. Our ports will be better off. So all these things we're doing, you voting for your country, you voting for your children, you voting for your friend. You're not voting for Mr. Cummings. You're not voting for Mr. Weah, Mr. Bwaka. Vote for a country that you will be proud of. That when you're walking around, you say, yes, we have done it. I don't need to know you to vote for you. I need to know about you. I need to know what are you doing, what can you do. It's not how long you serve, it's how well you serve, my people. They say the age of Methuselah has nothing to do with the wisdom of Solomon. Not because you old, that means you think you get wisdom. No, that's not true. Not because you're popular, that means you're a good manager. You already saw Mr. Weah managing. So the only man who can make the good case against Mr. Weah, that Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings can tell Mr. Weah, say, listen, President, the corruption too high in your country. What President Weah can tell Mr. Cummings? So when you hear it, they say they can't call Mr. Cummings' name because they get to tell Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings can look at Mr. Bwaka and say, Mr. Bwaka, you were there for 12 years. You show no example. But if Mr. Bwaka and Mr. Weah go at each other, Mr. Weah will be talking about 12 years, Mr. Bwaka will be talking about 6 years, and two of them corrupt. The two parties corrupt. So let me hold it from here. Let me go to studio. Let me ask Sidiki. He's on the ground, and I will be on the ground very soon. And I monitor every radio station in the morning. And my Liberian people, I'm a voter here. Let me tell you. But I will tell you today, the way things going, my vote is for Alexander Cummings. In the second round is for Alexander Cummings. If Alexander Cummings don't make it, I will decide where my second vote go. I will vote on that. The only constitutional right I get. So don't think I will keep my vote. But I will decide who to vote for. If we do make it, I say if, but I know, I believe that you Liberians, the silent voters, will make the difference. You are the real patriot. Sidiki, what is going on the ground? What's going on there on the ground? Yesterday, UP and CDC had a very good day, which I will admit. I don't care how they did it, whether they gave money to somebody or whether if the other people want to do it, do your own too. So how you think? What's your take?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So yesterday the CDC had a successful day. Yes, you're right. And again, we are here to inform the Liberian people to do the right thing. Because for the past few years, we the people that are living in Liberia, we are facing the difficulties, the bad governance and the hardship in the country. And so this election should be about changing that. You know, yes, they had a great program, people came out, and I can say this to you that all the people that come out, they're not going to vote for President Weah. How to bring those people out, that is not my business to talk about that, like you said. So now Mr. Cummings is in Cape Mount, engaging the Liberian people. Yesterday he reached to Cape Mount, visited 3 districts, and today again the engagement continues. They are in a town hall meeting currently as we speak, engaging the people of Cape Mount. And the most interesting part of this is this, Mr. Kishan. Everywhere Mr. Cummings goes, Mr. Cummings goes there to engage the people that are residing there. Can you imagine? Mr. Cummings is in Cape Mount, Siliki is here in Mansurat. So Mr. Cummings is not the kind of politician that will rent the whole NTA bus to escort him to Cape Mount, take a picture of them, and then post on Facebook to prove a point that yes, the people of Cape Mount came up. No, that's not Mr. Cummings. Because if you're doing that, you are deceiving yourself. You're not deceiving nobody. And this is what the CDC and the other people have been good at. When they are going to Nimba, charter cars, they follow them, and then they take a picture of it and post it on Facebook. So currently now, Mr. Cummings is engaging people in Kigman.
And in fact, Sidiki, let me say this public, Sidiki, before you talk, you remember when we were sitting, and this is not a hidden thing. You and I, we sat with Mr. Cummings, and Mr. Cummings asked you particularly. He says, Sidiki, please be honest with me and tell me what you do want to see in this campaign. And you told him, Mr. Cummings, I do not want to see buses and trucks running behind you. And what he told, he said, thank you. He said, that is what myself I don't want. You, the one that said it, were on the table my day before I left. But continue.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you see, this is a man that listens to everybody. You know, no matter who you are, what's your age, your status in life, and your tribe, religion, listen to everybody and act based on that. And so right now as we speak, just few officials, you know, some media team from the party and that of some mainstream media guys who went there to cover the program. But you didn't see any boss talking people from Monserrado, from Bomi, because remember you passed by Bomi before going to Kigman.
Yeah.
You didn't see any talk taking people from Bomi. We have people, and by the way, right after today, this evening, Mr. Cummings will be going to Bomi. Tomorrow, he will kick off again for Bomi, and then they will start an engagement there. After tomorrow, they will pick up again and go to Papolo. You see, and then maybe on Sunday they will be back, and then we'll kick it off. But Thursday of next week, on the 14th, the CPP will be launching its campaign in Margibi. And it will be the people in Margibi that will come up again. We're not talking nobody from Monterrey to carry on there. And so this is, you know, the result from grassroots engagement, grassroots outreach is what is resonating with the people. We have to go and sit with our people. Just today, Mr. Kishen, and I did this in the back with one of our supporters, and maybe I can inform you. I know I didn't inform you, but I can inform you. Today, the general show will be empowering a group of Liberians, young people who have voluntarily come up to say, look, we want to campaign, we want to go from door to door, but the only thing we need flyers, we need t-shirt, we need microphone to at least get in the community too, to do the same thing you are doing. And everything is set up, the t-shirt, boy printer. But today, 2 o'clock, the moment I leave the show, those guys will be coming. It is a general show with one of our supporters called Mr. Cooper, who decided to empower these young people. Everything is ready right now. That is how to tell you the young people.
And I want to say, this. I'm coming with posts with flyers. You see this? You see one of the cap on me here, Sliggy. This is one of my caps, and I got some white caps. I got the button.
You shared it with me, yeah.
Yeah.
So what we are doing, Mr. Kishen, is to engage the Liberian people from a grassroots level. You go in the community, you engage the people, you explain to them. Look, this election to sell Mr. Cummings is very simple. And that is because of the other people's performance. It's simple and it's difficult. What makes it difficult? The people sometimes, they don't even want to trust anybody. They feel disappointed. Some of them, do you know that the census that was conducted by the government, even though it was not accurate, a lot of people was not counted, even me, nobody came to my house to count me, but the government came up and said we have 5 million population in the country. Now, NEC did the registration process. At the end of it, 2 point some more, people were able to register. That is to tell you how frustrated and disappointed the people are. They don't want to participate. You ask somebody today to tell you, say, me, I don't get time for politics. I don't get time to vote. I'm not voting. All the people, they are the same. And some of them right to think the way they think.
Yeah.
Because of other people's failures. People just group themselves in opposition and start to erect and identify ills in society. But the moment you put them there to do the same thing, it is frustrating. But what I want to say to my Liberian people this afternoon, we have a saying in Liberia, they say, when the Christmas will be good, you will know it from the Eve. One thing we have failed to do as a people, or as a good citizen, is to look at people's record. Election times, what we focus on is t-shirt, is buried and money, beg or rest. All these things will not help us. And there was a statement of can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different result coming. We have to sit down this time around and think. Look at the money the CDC is dashing out. Signing a deal with each Liberian artist 30,000 just to go and perform at SKD yesterday. If you was investing that money in the entertainment industry, then today, you know what the entertainment industry was going to be like in Liberia? But you wait, campaign time, you come and give each of the artists the kind of money, they go there and perform. And you think the people are going to fall for that? You have 4 auditors die in a week. Your government, up till now, the grieving family members are still grieving. They don't get justice. And you come out to give people few hand of t-shirts and money. You think they're going to fall for that? You as a president, the people voted for you as president of the country for you to be able to protect the people. Every day people dying and you come out as a president of the country and talk about people protecting themselves by buying CCTV camera. Where in a country, you don't even have a stable electricity. And you think the people have forgotten about that? The just addition. You have professional young men and women have turned to beggars in our own country. So there you come to the country, you don't even know the difference between people that are working and people that are not working. Simply because people that are working, when they take their pay, they can't even afford to pay their house rent. Everybody now have turned to beggars. And you think the only reward that people can give you for putting them in any kind of situation is to give you a second chance? Think about that, Mr. Weir. It is over for you. And for the UP people who have put themselves in a place to be the spokesperson for the Liberian people, the moment you open the phone and they say, the Liberian people are resolved, I dare you. Who make you the spokesperson for the Liberian people? The last time the Liberian people spoke, it was since 5 years ago. And they said they wanted President Weir. And that is what we are in. So you are not the spokesperson for the Liberian people. The Liberian people will be speaking on October 10th. If the people say that you the one, we all will live with it. And the people say that John we are the one and we living with it. Even though it is not good, but we are all into it. They are experiencing it. And so you are not the spokesperson for the Liberian people to come and tell us, say, the Liberian people are resolved. The people say that JMB the one. The audacity to think that you are the spokesperson for the Liberian people. You are not the spokesperson for the Liberian people. The Liberian people will speak for themselves comes October 10th. And so you guys will have to do the right thing to send your message across. And my Liberian people, let's think. Few things we are looking at in this election have not taken us anywhere. Political parties, this is my party. They men are the most popular men. And they have not taken us anywhere. Let's put those things behind us, my people. What have political parties done? Just Weir was the most popular individual that acceded to the presidency of the country. Where is our country today? Just about 2 weeks ago, Mr. Cummings served as keynote speaker at the AME Zion University, where 300 graduates were put out. But in the next 1 year to come, if we don't make a decision, the 300 graduates that came up, 100 of them will not even have a job in the next 1 year. I'm not saying 2 years or 3 months. I say in the next 1 year to come. If we don't make a right decision, 100 of those 300 graduates that come up will not even have a job to do in this country. They will become vulnerable. Only on like cases, some of them will be drug addicts because hopelessness have taken over our country. And you sit there, you want to make fun with this election? I make a post yesterday evening, Mr. Kishe. I said at this point, most of us Liberians, we seem not to be thinking right now. We have lost the direction of thinking. We're not thinking at this point. Everybody now falling for t-shirt and bury it.
Yeah.
Forgetting to know the consequences of our decision. And some of them, they come up, they add as if to say they're making somebody angry. Hey, man. Before Georgia could take the leadership of the country, we had 3 days free call, unlimited calls. If people want that on your phone, 3 days, you call any number you want to call. Mr. Weir came to call it. That speaking command was affected. No. All of us, whether you supported Weir, you supported Baka or Cummings, all of us was affected. So don't be acting like they say you're making somebody angry. Because if you made a decision, the consequences of that, we all will go through it. There will be no different price for you. There will be no different price for me. All of us will face it. And the former president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, made a statement. I'm not a supporter of her, but she made a selling point, which I always like to emphasize on, that it is Liberians that will have to take the primary responsibility to change and develop our country. And so we have that obligation to think. We have three choices. We have three options as we go to the ballot box. The past, the present, and the future. If you know the issue of corruptions, you know, the health system being messed up, educations and good road and infrastructure and etc. was good in the past, you can go back to that. That is up to you. If you know you are satisfied with the way things are in the country, you can also continue with that. That's an option for you. But if you know that when you go and sell billboard to find how to send your children to school, and then when they graduate, they can have a job. And then you have somebody in the race that are talking about providing job, so that when they get job, they can take care of you. They can say, Mama, come for really, you say that will take care of you. If you know that is what you want for your children, you will vote for the future. And that future is a clear example of what Mr. Cummings and Charlie Bronskin represent. And Mr. Cummings, every day, this man go in the public speak, radio station. Two key things this man continue to talk about. Job creation, investing in the economy, making the economy big, so that businesses can be running, to attract investors, so that your children, look, Sidiki Koma is not a politician. I'm not a politician. You think some of us don't have anything to do with our life? We have to quit school this semester because you can't do two things at the same time. You can't say you're running campaign at the same time going to school. At the end of the day, you're either going to go bribe instructor to pass. We don't want that, so we'll focus on our campaign. Right after, we'll go back to school. I'm not a politician. And let me say this to our Liberian people. For me, if you say you now want Cummings, first one, I'm done. That one, I'm going to shoot or go. I'm not voting for Joseph Baga. I'm not voting for John Weir. If you say that the two people you want will leave with you, and then we'll stand by to facing the challenges ahead. That is my option. And we're going to stand by it. But we are coming here to inform you to do the right thing for you and myself. Simply because you are poor, so your children should be poor. Because you come in today, you're selling orange meaning loose happening, so your children will come and sell cold water. No, we got to stop that. Our children are responsible for the kind of decision we are making today. They are not responsible for the country being backward. So if you will not go and vote for yourself, please think about the innocent children that are coming up. They deserve better. We are in the 21st century. Most of our people, Mr. Kishen, they are in man complaining about internet. Can you imagine? Mr. Cummings went to a lot of places yesterday, but you could not see it because what? There was no internet.
No internet.
The 21st century. And you go right here to Kingman. Well, when you drive from here to Kingman, it's just about 30-minute drive. You don't still have an internet.
In fact, Sidiki, at the border between Liberia and Sierra Leone, on our side, don't you know our people connecting? They can see the Sierra Leone Wi-Fi on our side. They getting service from there. In Sierra Leone, you cross into Liberia, the people telephone working. They cross into Liberia, the Sierra Leone telephone working in Liberia, in Cape Man.
So let me just end on Mr. Kishen, then we can come to you. We'll go to the phone line. You know, it is very, very disgraceful. Sometimes you sit and think and look at the way our people are gravitating. I hope we do the right thing this time around. 176 years of country that used to run to us, country that used to admire us. Today we are admiring them. It is on the opposite today.
Yep.
Every day you see Liberian students going to Ghana, Rwanda for study. How many of our neighboring countries are running come here to go to school? And you think that is the way to do it? Do you know how many Liberians are successful today? They want to come back home to invest? You think this is all about politics? You think this is about Cummings or Joseph Braga or George Weah? This is about fighting for the soul of this country. My people, we have gone through a lot. Let's stand up. You're not making anybody angry. It is your right to support whosoever you want to support. But let's take a step a little bit. Maybe we have forgotten.
Yep.
For how long we'll continue to make a kind of mistake? People come and suffer you, exploit from you. And then election time, they bring the same thing in and give it back to you. You fall for it and vote for it. How long are we going to continue to do these things? Let's open our head, my people. Ghanaian men will not come here and do that for you. Ivorian men will not come here and do that. Nigerian men will not do that. It is you, the Liberian people. We have to wake up and face in the reality. And so let's go back to Mr. Kishan. We'll go to the formula shortly.
Wow.
Because
Siddiqui, you have said it all, and I'm not going to add anything more on it because that's what I love you, Siddiqui. That's what I know. And I pray to God every day we got young people like you that will think the way you think. And today is now, but tomorrow, what next? So, Liberian people, you heard it. You got three options. You want to go back to the past, you want to stay with the future, with the present, or you move to the future. So, Liberians, we are talking to you, the silent voters. I'm not here talking to we are Shen or what. We will open the phone line. All I want you to do is to just be civil, call and tell us who you're going to vote for. And tell us if you're voting and you're silent voters. You don't need to call your name. If you don't want to call your name, fine. But tell us, be honest and tell us who you're going to vote for. Because this country, let me give you this story. There's this young boy, this guy was explaining. He's a smart guy. So this young guy came to him. He said, "How are you, sir?" He said, "Yes, hi, son." He said, "Listen, I got a bird in my hand. Boy, let me put it Liberian way. I got boy in my hand. A boy. 10 boy in my hand. But I want you to tell me, is that bird that in my hand is alive or is dead?" He said the man should tell him. He said the man said he's smart. So the man said, because what the boy was thinking was, say, if the man said the bird in your hand living, then he will squeeze it and kill it and show it to the man. But if the man tell him said the bird is dead, then he will let it go. So the man looked at him for a long. The man said, "My son, actually, you the one that holding the bird in your hand. The bird is in your hands. But what I will tell you, the life of that bird is in your hands. It's up to you to kill it, or it's up to you to let it go." The boy said, so the future of Liberia is in your hands, is in my hands. We can kill it for the next 6 years or put it to 15 years, or we can let it go for it to produce. We got Mr. Cummings, who is the only one that can make the case against President Weah, that can tell President Weah he corrupt, his government is corrupt. UP cannot tell President Weah about corruption when they were there for 12 years. Mr. Cummings can tell President Weah that you failed to create jobs. UP cannot make that case against President Weah that he failed to create jobs when they themselves were causing hard time to create jobs. So you see, UP cannot make that case against President Weah. This is not lucky ticket. This is not lottery we play. We're looking for a real change. Either Mr. Cummings or any other. In fact, we try to be fair. You got other good candidates. If you want to vote for them, fine. But even if you go into Tier 1 Gonglo, they can still make the case because you know what? Tier 1 worked for Ellen Johnson in the past government too. Mr. Modiba worked for the past government. So it's a hard thing. But the only person who in this race that can make the case with President Weah and beat President Weah is Alex Cummings. And also, I will not be surprised, and I'm of the belief that it could still end up between CDC and CPP and CPP and UP. So the three parties are the one. This election is not an easy election. The closer it comes, the harder it will be. So we're not here to lie to you. But let me say this one thing to the people who supporting CPP. To some of our officials, and I will call this name out, and I don't care what people are going to say. Senator Jonathan Sebwe, the senator from River G. This man, he's a member of ANC and on a CPP ticket. I have never one day heard Mr. Jonathan Sebwe talking about Mr. Cummings, but he's parading with the other side with the Delon, and they all go into coffers and pretend as if they're supporting Mr. Cummings. But the sweat of Mr. Cummings is in Jonathan Sebwe. I will say this today. You cannot be in a party. What is your belief? You only wanted to win the senatorial race? We can see you. Even James Diba, who supported George Weah, we see James Diba making the case. I have never heard Mr. Jonathan Sebwe making the case for Mr. Cummings, and I will say, and I will call him publicly. If you think you will fool or make fun out of Mr. Cummings or the CPP, Mr. Singway, Senator Singway, trust me, you got it coming for yourself. You can go ahead. I've never one day heard Mr. Singway on a radio making a case of his party. These guys are all pretender. And I will say it again. We all here to vote. We all here. District 10. Yeke Koluba is in love for the CPP. But Yeke Koluba have taken a side. Yeke Koluba have taken a side. Yeke Koluba is saying that other people corrupt. But he have taken a side. We all know. But I will say it again. If I was voting in District 10, I won't lie to nobody. Listen. If you think politics is interest, I love my country, Liberia, and I will not let nobody play with Liberia. If I never had love for Liberia, I would be behind President we are today. But I love my country, and the best man to serve this country is President Mr. Cummings. He's the best candidate in. He's the alternative. He is the alternative to any leadership in Liberia. Not Mr. Bwaka. Not no other person the alternative. So I just calling Jonathan Sibwe out that I've never heard this senator, Bochas, on any radio making a case for his party that he represented, that gave him position today. He was in Lofa the other day. He parading with these guys. And why are you pretending for Jonathan Sibwe? Bochas, I know you very well. So I'm saying it, and this one is on me. I take full responsibility. Jonathan Sibwe, you guys are pretending. The same way Simon Taylor. After we did everything, they ran away. But let me tell you something. The God that we all serve, God don't lie. God said if you work hard, I will reward you. God said we should work when it is day. Mr. Cummings have done it. Mr. Cummings have changed the way politics is done in Liberia. Liberia had never seen a campaign that was going on today. But my Liberian people don't let T-shirt fool you. You need T-shirt to put food on your table. You need T-shirt to vote. But I will be coming home soon, and my team, we will go from door to door. We will talk to everybody. But whatever happened, will happen. So let's open the phone line. I want you to make your call. Be honest. Call in. And Siddiq, how many minutes we got there?
It's just 30 minutes after 1 year. So that we can take
so
calls.
take as many calls. And please don't waste don't talk too much. And, you can say what you want to say, but just tell us who you will be voting for. Is no problem. Let us just know.
Okay, so we will open the phone line. You can put in your calls. And Mr. Kishan, before I go to that, I just wanted to say something about the Yeke stuff. Yeke is currently in came out with Mr. Cummings. He joined this morning. Yes, one may say you have taken side because every day at one point Yeke is attacking the U people because of the guy they put against him, and then another point is running and down the ball. He's currently in Cayman. He arrived at early this morning, and so they are there. Maybe they're gonna go to Bapolu together, but I don't know. But he arrived there early this morning with Mr. Cummings. So let's go to the phone line 0776 339 055223827 are the numbers to call, and you'll be live on Truth 96.1 on the General Show this afternoon. 0776 339 0776 339 or 055223827. Let's take this first caller. Oh God. Good evening, caller. What's the name you calling from? Oh, sorry. I said good evening, but good afternoon, brother. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing good. What's your name? Where you calling from? Okay, Toba, make a point.
Yes, the point I'm going to make is 2023, we are going to elect a woman. We have found
Okay. Okay, thank you. Let's take this other caller. Good afternoon, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from? Oh, your background is too noisy. You got to change your location. Good afternoon, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from? Okay, Melvin, make your point. Okay, thank you, Melvin.
What you say? I can't hear him, man.
No, Melvin saying Kevin President, we are for the second term. Let's take the caller. Oh God, this call. Good afternoon, caller. What's the name? What you calling from? Okay, Maurice. Take a point. Okay.
What is it?
Hello, caller. What's the name? What you calling from?
If I hear you, just call who he voting, who he will vote for. I beg you, please, so I can know.
Okay. Good afternoon, caller. What's the name? What you calling from? Okay, make a point. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's take some calls right here. Oh wow. But Mr. Kishan, you can continue for that. I mean to work something out quickly.
Okay, but when they call, we don't hear, just tell us who they be voting for. So I'm trying to mark something down here. So my Liberian people,
Yeah, just continue. I can.
yeah, it is your right to vote, and I hope you vote. And for those of you that will be voting, they will give you 3 ballots. They will give you 3 people. One there for representatives, one there for senator, and one for the president. So you can use your fingerprint. If you're using your fingerprint, please just take your thumb and put it in the ink. Don't put too much there, and put it in a box. Don't put it on nobody's face. Put it in a box. Or you can use the pen, or what it will give you. You can use a check mark, or you can use an X in the box. Don't try to go out of the box. Because if you put too much ink on your finger, and when you fold the paper, or you try to bend it and the ink touch the other side, forget it. Once that ink touch the other side, that's it. It's invalid vote. You understand? Don't bust the paper. Don't be writing until you bust it. If that thing spoil, you get it right to ask for a new ballot paper. If I will find out that one. But take your time, concentrate, look for number 4, and you vote, or you look for your candidate. We don't want to see too much invalid vote. Even our educated people, they can vote invalid vote, because you ask and say who you want to vote for. Right now, I'm asking people, I say, just tell me who you're going to vote for. I hear people explaining. That means an invalid vote. But just tell us, hello, I am voting for Joseph Waka. Hello, I am voting for George Weah. Hello, I am voting for Tiawon Gonglo. That's a vote. Hello, and all that thing you're talking in there, and this and that, the Liberian people resolve. I will carry Joseph, that invalid vote. So that is why I asked the question. I didn't mean I want to ask you, say, who you want to vote for. The people I want to vote, they will vote. But I just want to make sure that you understand it. You can use your fingerprint. You can use whatsoever you want to use. But let it be done in the box. Don't tear Mr. Cummings' face, then you vote for Mr. Weah. Don't tear Mr. Weah's face, then you vote for Mr. Cummings. That invalid vote. Don't put X around Mr. Weah's face, then you vote for Mr. Cummings. That invalid vote. Yes, go ahead, Mr. Kurman.
Okay, let's take some calls right back. Good afternoon,
Okay.
caller. What name are you calling from?
Hello, my name is Peter Johnson.
Okay, make a point, Peter. Okay, what is that? Okay, we'll do that. Just keep listening, brother.
But who you voting for? Let him tell us. Man.
No, you said, the brother said, Mr. Kishan, listening. Hello?
Yeah, I listen to you.
Yeah, in saying that, you have been considering Mr. Cummings to support Mr. Cummings. But hearing about him supporting gay right as something that is holding, so you want us to clarify that.
Okay,
so,
my brother.
So we'll clarify it. Let's take some call.
You got another call? You got calls coming in?
Okay. Good afternoon, caller. What's the name you calling from? Okay, we just Okay. Thank you.
What is it?
You say wife Choma will be voting for JMB. Good afternoon. What's the number you calling from? Okay, Amanda, make your point. Thank you. Let's take another caller. Thank you.
And what she say? What the person say?
No, the person was saying that UP and CDC is not the option. Good afternoon, caller. What's the number you calling for?
I'm calling for to
Make your point.
I'm member of the CPP, but now I'm not getting issue resolving the t-shirt, the flag, number one in marketing up to now. The whole marketing.
Okay, call this number right after the show. We'll talk. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, brother. Let's take this other caller. A CPP mayor from Magibi. Good afternoon. What's the number you calling from? Okay, make a point. Thank you.
What you say?
No, you said he's going to be voting for George Weah president. Let's take this other caller right here. Good afternoon, caller. What's the name? Where you calling from? Make your point, brother. Oh, we lost. That is some call from the Lone Star line.
What the person say?
No, he was in rude with Kohen. Let's go caller. What's anyone you calling from? Let's be fast with the time. Okay, what's make a point? But the country don't need to be rescued. The country need to be faced. We have laws and stuff like that. We have constitution. We are independent state. We don't need to be rescued. When you have a car and then the car got problem, you can't just throw the car away. You gotta go and fix the car. So the country need to be fixed. Let's take this caller. Maybe we can take one more call. Good afternoon, caller. What's your name? Are you calling from? Yeah, what's your name? Are you calling from, caller? Okay, ma'am. Thank you, Maricha. Maricha says she's carrying Cummings. Good afternoon, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm one of the strong supporters of the CPP, but what the challenging aspect is we have not received some of those things that the party need to bring down, need to take them within the black community so that we can know who is coming. We are ready to take one initiative to push out the message.
Okay, let's talk after the show, bro. Let's talk after the show, okay? Okay, he's a Kumi supporter, General, I know. So you're talking about some of the challenges in Margibi too. So we'll talk to them after the show. Good afternoon, brother. What's anywhere you calling from? Okay, Anita, make your point. Oh, so that's all I play that man give you. Okay, Anita, call me after the show. We'll talk, yeah? Okay. So a lot of people calling from Mangibi complaining, about flyers and stuff like that. But we'll
And
get into with it.
I
Let's
know
take this last caller.
it will be okay because my GB is where we're having the launching. So
Yeah. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Kawa. My name is David Johnson.
Okay, make a point.
Yeah, I'm strong supporter of the CPP for ourselves. There's no materials in Kawa yet. I don't know how to do it.
In Kawa?
Yeah.
But Mr. Cummings was in Kawa a few days ago. But call me after the show. Let's talk, eh?
Okay.
Yeah, call me after the show. We'll talk. Okay, General, I think we can
okay.
go.
Yeah, for those of you, I want to say, I want to say thank you for those of you who call in, who we are supporting Mr. Bwaka and supporting Mr. Cummings. And for those of you who have not received anything, call Siliki. We can see how best we can make arrangement. But let me say this to us: we know we need it, but I am happy that you have not received T-shirt and you are still campaigning for Mr. Cummings for the CPP. That is a good thing. You have not received it. CDC is begging people to wear the T-shirt, but you are begging to wear the CPP T-shirt. That's a good thing. We know you are the hard-working people. What you doing will not go in vain. Will not go in vain. But we will continue and want to say thank you very much. We never force nobody to call. We never make call to anyone. But we're able to receive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 calls came in. 2 of the calls went off. And out of the 16 calls, you see, this is what we're talking about, silent voters. When they were calling about JMB and 2 first call for Weah. So 2 pressing calls said they will be voting for President Weah. And 1, 2, 3, 4 persons said they will be voting for Mr. Bwaka. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 said they will be voting for Mr. Cummings. Because the people who say they didn't get T-shirt but they are Cummings supporter, they definitely going to vote for Mr. Cummings. So 8. But do you want me to just look at this poll and say, oh, that is the poll? No. They get a lot of people out there who don't need to call radio station, but they are going to vote. So you see, this is just a sample. But this is not what I'm going to put on my page and say, oh, yes, it's okay. They're voting for... No. I don't know how many persons. Maybe the person from Mr. Cummings called 2, 3 times. I don't know. Maybe some poll from Bwaka called 2, 3 times. So this is not a poll. The real polls, they will ask you question. Who you vote for, Peter Ward? Who you think can do a better job? Who can fix the economy? Who can do this and who can do that? Alex Cummings can fix the economy. Alex Cummings can create job. Alex Cummings got a record on that to know how to create a job. He's a businessman of Federal Trumpers. He understands, and that is what Libera. Libera, we're looking for managers. So thank you very much for listening to us. We appreciate you. We still love you. When Alex Cummings win, the message will be Liberia wins. All Liberians, whether you're from CDC, you're from ULP, whatsoever, you are a Liberian, you win, and it is your right. And you will have a president that will serve you instead of you serving the president. So I want to say thank you, Siddiqui. Let us keep up the fight. I got maybe 2 more weeks. I'll be in Liberia. I know I will take 15 days to campaign in Liberia, and we'll continue to talk to you guys and have a good and pleasant weekend. And please stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble. Do not get yourself involved in any kind of thing that will not benefit you and your family. And want to and sympathize with the bereaved family yesterday who passed. The lady, I think they say she's an ANC member, and want to say sorry to the family and every other people. Want to say, when people, you'll be careful. Death can come anytime. Nobody know the time of death. So everybody should be respectful when it comes to that. This is not politics, but we just want to say we sympathize with the family of the lady. So Siddiqui, is there anything you want to say? You can take it from there and close from there.
Yeah. So definitely we got to close because we're already running out of time. So thank you, Mr. Kishan. I'll call you after the show.
Okay. Okay, so guys, today we had a very good show, and you listen to the callers. This election, the closer it comes, the harder it be. And I know you're not receiving a lot of pictures or video from Cape Mount. The internet in Cape Mount is terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. I got a friend who I was talking to in Cape Mount. He said, imagine the telephone from Sierra Leone, and you know the border at the Manor Bridge there. The telephone from Sierra Leone is the one that working on the Liberia side. People get the service and they come on this side and use it. Look at Sierra Leone. We started our war before Sierra Leone. Look at Guinea. Look at our neighbors. These people look at us as big brother. They come to Liberia because we had a US dollar. Alpha Blondy, all the guys came to Liberia to learn English. When the Ghana men tried to go America, the Nigerian men, they can't make it, they come to Liberia. But look at us today. Who's the problem? We got a leadership problem. We also blame ourselves because we are the one who elects the bad leaders. We look at our what's going on, my people. We can do better. We can do better. Call your people back home. We need your support. We're going on the ground. We're going to fight. We're going to go from door to door. I'm not going to Liberia because I want to enjoy myself. I'm not going to Liberia because I want to see family member. We all taking a risk. You watching me, I'm running my mouth. We all taking a risk. We need your support. We need your financial support. All these children, thanks to Mr. Cooper, they've been doing extremely well. There are people in this country who helping. There are people, we got everything set here. I'm not in the position to provide for it because even if I carry a whole suitcase filled with t-shirts, I will pay SS baggage $200. I got caps. You see, these are one of the caps. These are one of my caps I'll be wearing. You see it? They got on the back. Yeah, I got in the back here. The Alex Cummings. You see that? These are one of the t-shirt. And I'm sorry, cap. I'm sorry. I'm talking about t-shirt. And I got other t-shirts that I'm going to wear for myself. But Liberian people, t-shirt is not a thing. I got some buttons that people can put on the t-shirts. And so that t-shirt like this, I will be wearing with my I just get a little logo on the side. So my Liberian people, please, any kind of way that you can help us, you can help us. We can't go to Liberia and start running behind the CPP to ask for money now. And I can feed myself in Liberia. I can lodge myself in Liberia. In fact, somebody have volunteered again to give me a car. Somebody has volunteered. I never asked them, but you know when the person driving you around now, you got to know what you're up to. You got to buy gasoline. You got to go places. If I go to Liberia right now and just shut my mouth and just wait for the voting time, I can go to Liberia, vote and come back. Or wait, be silent, enjoy myself with my small $2 in my pocket and don't say nothing. But I want to say thanks to all the supporters. I can't call your names. Some people told me not to call their names. Some people have done a lot. They have done a lot. Just yesterday, a lady sent me $20. And I was so happy when I saw it. Because you know what it means? Some people work for $20 per hour. Some people work $10 an hour. Some people work $30 an hour. Some people work $100 an hour. But when someone take their hard-earned 5 cents and give it to you, and the purpose that it was given to you, it should be used. The same money I receive is the money I buy all these things. Do you think after the election I'll be wearing this thing here? No. Do you think I would rather bring this thing back from Liberia? No. The only thing I know, they get some military people, they won't take the thing because I real military and cap this and hat. They will want it. But they got a sound on it. I know they're going to manage. Some of them get a man to scrap it or to do some kind of thing. But I will leave it there for somebody. So I'm not wearing it. I'm not using it for myself. Maybe you might end up seeing me walking with no cap because I can feed it because what happened when I went the other time. Some people end up asking the t-shirt on your body. You got to give it to people. These are our people. They are our family people. You understand? They complain there's no t-shirt. Everybody complaining. We're having a luncheon in Magibi. But you listen to people that call, they say most people call from Magibi and they say they have not seen anything yet. So I hope the officials listen. And I got my reason why I call Yeke out. They say Yeke is in Cape Mount with Mr. Cummings. I agree. But I don't understand. At the end of the day, my question here, Who will Yeke vote for in the first round? Who Yeke going to vote for in the first round? Make believe that any one of them can be president, yes. But who will you vote for in the first round? Because Yeke one vote can make a difference. Are you going to vote for Mr. Barker? Or Mr. Barker get an edge over Mr. Cummings because he's from Lofa County? Or Mr. Yeke saying, I'm not going to vote? Or Yeke will show up strong in the second round? That's the question. No matter what happens, you got to take a side. You understand? You got to take a side. I know Yeke don't want to lose the CPP vote and don't want to lose the Unity Party vote. If I were Yeke, then I would just remain by myself. And I don't have to campaign with nobody. Because my question, who will you vote for in the first round? Then I go to Senator Sibwe, who I have never seen making a case for Mr. Cummings one day. Is Senator Sibwe in River G making a case for Mr. Cummings? I don't know. I don't think so. This man, when Mr. Cummings was all in this thing going to court, being prosecuted, he was parading all over the place with his colleague, going to Lofa County, running campaign for Unity Party. He was on the verge of leaving. Oh, I'm telling you now. I mean, I'm not here to come here. Nobody famous here. Bocha is already famous on his own. But these are the people then who pretend. So let Bocha come up and tell me when the last time he talked about Mr. Cummings. Bocha worked for the Cummings Foundation. I show Mr. Cummings gave Bocha some money during the elections. Bocha was in UP or in this place, in that place. Where he going now? How can you be in a party and you can't campaign? And to all the representatives, the expiring, to all the expiring, you need to start doing your work in your community. Stay in your community, call Raleigh, invite Mr. Cummings again. This time, Mr. Cummings walk in your community. District 8, Newville. You need to put your people together. Go around door to door. When I come there, I will join you a little bit in a day to do some door-to-door campaign in District 8, where I lived before. I will be there. But you need to put a rally together and call Mr. Cummings there. You need to do something to call a rally to show the people that you yourself, you are ready. Mr. Cummings went there already and walked around with you. Victoria, you need to call a big rally in Montserrat County that organized by you in a particular place and call Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings have walked with you all over the place. And where they cover, the experiment from District 7. You need to put something together and call Mr. Cummings. You guys need to work hard. The district 4. You see what y'all saw what liability did in District 4? Yep. So all the representatives, you need to do something. You can't wait for the candidate to come. District 14, Little Obama. You need to go around. I hope you're going around door to door to convince the people that they should vote for you. Yes, you might not have the money, but if you know what to do, go door to door, they will vote for you. But you need to put a rally together again. We got our people, all of them running for office. They didn't get 5 cents in their pocket. But they want to be representative. You see, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But some people, when you look at the representative thing about making money, you can't win. Then the man who get money start to bribe so he will win because he will make more money. I don't know who representing CPP in District and 16 or District 15. We don't know. District 17. What his name says? Siaka something, or the guy who owned the Red Power. They need to put themselves together and call Mr. Cummings back again. So you need to do the work in your district along with the coordinator, go from door to door. Some of you people running campaign, you don't want to even call your candidate's name. You call your standard bearer name. They got some people in CDC doing the same thing. They running campaign, but they don't want to call Joey name in certain area. They don't want to, don't mind you. They don't want to call Joey name. They scared. They go behind close and say, man, I made that. But anyway, don't let the news, don't let the trend blue fool you. I will give it to them. They did what they're supposed to do. I saw a lot of videos. I see people receive. Let me tell you something. This is the wrong thing about it. There is nothing wrong that you sending buses to bring people to a rally. There's nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. What they needed to do is to give the money to a coordinator, rent the bus, and bring the people. But when you see people videotaping and say, my man, how much you get for me there, my man? I'm not getting on that bus there. I will not get on that bus until you give my money. Then you get it on the bus, and then they giving you money while you get it on the bus. That means, say we poor people that pay for play. Because you common people, you're not nothing, nobody care. Because I saw a video where they were dividing the money among themselves. Or maybe that full money. Maybe that full money. So you see, when this video come on social media, it only tells you that there are people in your midst who are not supporting you, and they're supporting the other side. And I saw a lady with the same blue t-shirt singing a song. We will eat their money, oh, we will eat their clothes, we will eat their food. I will vote for JB. You know, that's it. But everybody want t-shirt. The UP girl went there and got t-shirt. She wore Jowiati. But that's the thing here. Let me tell you something. Let me make you understand. And I will say this one on the radio next week. I wear CDC t-shirt. Then I can say, I will eat their food. I will do their days. I will vote for Mr. Cummings. Guess what? Guess what? Just by me wearing the t-shirt, somebody saw me with the t-shirt. So, oh, but money in CDC now. That person convinced. But I don't want to pretend you. But you know advertising the people do. Don't you know that yes, I just got somebody for them. I don't want to be, man, I just joking you. But I'm advertising the people business. So you're all going around taking people t-shirt, and you think that you're taking a t-shirt for free, and you're making fun. You're not making fun of them. You're not making no fun out of them. 1 minute, guys. So that is the situation. So those of you who going around, you wear CDC t-shirt, you promoting them. You wear Mr. Cummings t-shirt, you promoting them. You go to UP, you wear UP t-shirt, you promoting them. I don't know what kind of sense your thing again. What sense it make? You hungry. That's what you went there for. And there's nothing wrong. They give it to you, you eat it. But do you expect me to trust you? No. That is why the people say you don't trust people in Liberia. Because if I see you doing such a thing, do you look? Let me tell you today. Let me give you this advice. Eugene Fagon, do you think any government will ever employ Eugene Fagon into a system? Even in some companies, it's hard because you know what? He worked for a company for the government. When he left the government, he started batching the same government and start criticizing the same thing he defended and start bringing some personal thing off. Like this Fatu Sheriff girl who gave the text messages to Stanton for Molba Molo. That was wrong. Let me tell you something. You got to, there's certain things you don't say when it's not public. I attacked Stanton because Stanton came up publicly to attack me and lied that, oh, I stole coffee and oh, I'm a damn cable man and nothing, like as if I live with him. So I went after him because his record is public. He's being indicted. He's being charged. He's a criminal. I can say that. You understand? He's going to jail. So I can say it. But I don't go in his personal life. I don't care how his wife or his children live. I don't mind a business. But if you send me a text, not because of politics, I should expose the text. I will not take a text messages between Darius Dillon and myself and put it out. Oh, I'm leaning to Mr. I'm just leaning to Bwaka. I'm leaning to this. He said it publicly, so I'm saying it. But when you and somebody have some personal or relationship and they trust you on certain things, you don't go that low. So what she did, you think somebody else going to trust her? No. So the girl who took the picture and was singing the song with the Joseph Baka with the JB, I will eat their food, we will eat their money, I will vote for Joseph Baka. Oh, yes. But you know how many persons saw you with that t-shirt? That been convinced if you're popular and they say, oh shit, she part of it. You wear Mr. Cummings t-shirt, CPP t-shirt. They say, oh yeah, they didn't pay me. Oh. But are you wearing a t-shirt? You promoting them too. Everybody want t-shirt, 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 t-shirt. For the future, we're going to stop t-shirt. T-shirt will only be worn at a rally. If you go and meet everybody, you get a uniform. In fact, when you get to the rally, we'll get a t-shirt. You just put it on your clothes. You're not coming zoot up from your horse. You won't wear your whole track suit with your preacher at your business. That one you go buy yourself. And I see everybody, they buying the lapper free. In America, they don't pay you. You get free t-shirt. T-shirt can put on your table. So those of you who eating the people money and say you're making fun out of them, you're making fun of them. You're promoting them too. If you want a man, don't go there. If you take the money, you move on. Don't go and start pretending. In fact, if you take the money, just walk out and take on the t-shirt easy and shut up. Because that means you're telling us you corrupt too. We know you hard time there, but you corrupt. People who go and take other people's t-shirt. Then you finish eating the people food. You eat the money. Then you say, well, I will not vote for them. You yourself, you corrupt. That's why they post the interest Liberian people. Which main question? You say you people never answer the main question. Thank you guys. Thanks to everyone. I know who the guy talking to, who the person talking to. This guy said you guys never answered the main question. The man asked a simple question, and we're not going to, you see, I'm not going to waste my time. We got 32 more days to go. The man said, if the question he got that Mr. Cummings is was supporting gay rights, Mr. Cummings have said it over and over and over and over. I am not supporting any gay rights, and Liberia is not prepared for gay rights. That question need to be asked to President Weah. Why the foreign minister signed onto gay rights in, I think, Zambia. They met in Zambia. Why? That question from Mr. Weah. Mr. Cummings is just a candidate, but he has said it over and over. When they accuse him of being gay, which is not a gay, he said, I'm not a gay. So we tired talking about it. If you can be, what you want to believe is what you want to believe. But because if we don't have nothing against anybody, we try to make up lies. Now I hear people saying that they try to bring it to Clarence Monba. They brought it on the spoon. Oh, what did the man get woman? What did the man get this? Some all this is just nonsense. But then when the UP people bring these things up, when other people call Mr. Bwaka criminal, then they vex. When other people call Mr. Bwaka names, then they piss off, but they rather call other people who they don't know. And you ask, how will you? The man asks a question. The man say, I want to support Mr. Cummings, but this guy will say, no, Mr. Cummings is not supporting gay rights. There is nothing in the manifesto, nothing CPP that say we support gay rights. Nothing. Mr. Cummings said, I never supported gay rights. I never been a gay. I never supported gay rights, and that's it. And some of you people last year, Mr. Cummings gave $400,000 to gay rights. Now you see one say Mr. Cummings poor, but then you say Mr. Cummings gave $400,000. Mr. Cummings got nothing to do with his money. And in America, Mr. Cummings is not among the list of people who got money to share like that. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Cummings is not into the American politics like how other people. So giving $400,000 to do what? Hey, my people, man, like black people. Yeah. The real issue that we're supposed to look at, and we're done. The real issue. Oh, Mr. Real Wino, first time, straight. What president we have done? I see Sidisha inboxing me. My man, you watching the thing, you see the way that crowd will eat? You know how many times I see the crowd behind you? Eh? You know how many times I see the crowd? You think everybody in there said, what are they register? Some of them definitely lost their voter registration card. Now they won't come on something and fake again. They say, oh, you bring a registration card. I think you pay $5 to get your registration card. So, what's up, Conrad? How are you? Conrad, you getting ready for Liberia? Okay. Now, Akwe, Bajuye, Akwe say, you see how sometimes people, he said if Mr. Cummings win the election, it's Ellen Johnson third term. If Mr. Bwaka win the election, it's not Ellen Johnson third term, but it's UP third term. But Mr. Cummings win that Ellen Johnson third term. You know the people that support UP, they are so narrow-minded people. They think that they entitled. They were the same ones running a few days that Ellen Johnson have decided to support the old man. But they are the same one today saying that Mr. Cummings. But listen, let me tell you, let me get you, if you maybe you don't get the news yet. If Ellen Johnson come out and support Mr. Cummings, we will accept it. Ellen Johnson is 10 times better than Mr. Bwaka when it comes to leadership. Because Mr. Bwaka lacked the leadership, that is why Ellen have decided to withdraw her support, because Ellen supported him first, but he refused it because he think that Ellen a Congo woman. See, Ellen gave him all the opportunity, but because his mind was not clear, so he was looking at Ellen Johnson as a Congo woman, working for a Congo woman for 12 years. That is why. But Ellen did good things that Bwaka could have run on, but he refused to run on them. Today, you want to talk about UP government when Mr. Bwaka refused to accept it. So if you say that it's Ellen third time, fine. Then good. Then let Ellen support us. Because Ellen's record is better than Joe Bwaka. Joe Bwaka got no record to prove. No record. That's why on the closing argument, Duke always tell you guys about how corrupt Joseph Boakai is, and during the rice thing that America accused Liberia of eating the money and government taking the rice. They say Joseph Boakai was in charge at the time. But that is not my issue, because I'm not going to waste my time to talk about too much governmental or policy, because I know when Alex Cummings win, he will do the best. He will fight everything to his power. You know what I'm saying? So all we do, we're giving a message to our people. These are the questions that people want, the good people of Liberia. And who can do a better job as president of Liberia? Who you think can do a better job? UP knows very well that Alex Cummings can do a better job. CDC is aware. CDC say, oh, let's get president. We are one more term, then we'll vote for George, Mr. Cummings. Then we need to ask all these questions. Eh? Who you trust to manage Liberia and to grow the economy? Who's one of them can do that? Who do you trust? It's Mr. Cummings. UP said it. CDC said the same thing. But they put a conjunction there. But just get president, we are 12 years. We know Mr. Cummings can do it. Let's just get president, we are 12 years. Ellen went for 12 years too. Okay, let Mr. Cummings just go with the papi, or let's just give the papi chance. And the papi been there for 42 years. Can the papi deliver? The papi got zero contact. We see, look, if the woman get contact with the woman get no contact. The woman just be that when he president, then country will deal with him, but he get no contact. Yeah. Who can provide better opportunity, employment for Liberians if elected? Mr. Cummings. That is area. You have proven it. Yeah, that is area. Governmental experience are clear nowhere. Who you trust with your country money and your natural resources? Among every one of them, who you think is corruption free? Even if you put Mr. Cummings and Mr. Boakai together, who's corruption free? Is Mr. Boakai corruption free? No. When you corrupt, you can't fight corruption. No, you can't. You're not talking about the poll that were conducted day before yesterday. I think on OKFM. Let me see if somebody sent it to me. It was conducted by OKFM. Oh, somebody sent us something, Sidiki. Oh no. They're not campaign money this. Somebody sent me Sunday, Jen. I thought I campaign money. That one of my own thing. Okay, let me see. Somebody sent me or let me see if I. There was a poll conducted between Mr. Boakai and Mr. Cummings. And I won't say for myself that I'm able to conduct it. They see where they can conduct a poll. I think okay, 3 days ago, they said between Boakai and Mr. Cummings, if they go in the second round, who you think will win? Mr. Cummings beat him like old cup. They said they're going to change it again. But the survey are going around. Look, Mr. Cummings is the alternative. And everybody knows that some people fear, and which I agree. Some people say, yes, Mr. Cummings is the guy, but how to get into that second round? That is what everybody's saying. So my question to you, Mr. Cummings is the guy, but how can he get into what are you doing to get him there? But if you're not voting for Mr. Cummings, because people who who voting for Mr. Bwaka say the same thing. Say, listen, Mooney, let me tell you, Mr. Cummings is the best guy. I will be honest with you, but how Mr. Cummings is going to get into the second round? Which is true. He supported Mr. Bwaka, but he's saying the truth. He's not going to vote for Mr. Cummings, but he cannot convince nobody to vote for Mr. Cummings either. So his fear, how Mr. Cummings is going to get into the second round, that his fear. So that means you on a side where you can't get into the second round. I will get into the second round. Because he himself want to get in the second round, although he acknowledging the goodness of the Cummings. So that is why we say we must campaign. If we don't campaign, that's what's going to happen. If we don't go door to door, that is what's going to happen. That these people will just stick to what they know. Everybody think it's two parties. Let's bring UP back to power. But we should be the one to tell the people why we can bring UP back to power. Why we can retain George Weah. Yes, we are the one in the best position to make that case. If UP and CDC go into a second round and Mr. Bwaka said George Weah government is corrupt, Mr. Bwaka said, no, 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 no. You were there for 12 years and your government was so corrupt. Oh no, you never fixed the road. He said, oh no, no, I beg you. I don't want finishing. Oh, I did this 1 year, but you don't do it in 12 years, and I did this in 6 years. So you were this and you were that. So how can you tell Joshua about corrupt? How can UP? My Liberian people, if you want to keep George Weah, then you can keep George Weah. Because putting Mr. Bwaka in the second round, you telling me that you're going to keep George Weah. Because a lot of people are going to stay out, they will not vote. Because the two party is nothing. I will just look at your do what you want to do. Most of the people say they're not voting. The good people not vote. And why would I want to even, sometimes when I think about it, why would I want to waste my time in Liberia to vote second round when my candidate is not in the second round? Why would I want to waste my time? You think I want to waste my time? No. No. By the end of the day, sedition will show up more. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I had to answer this. Okay, so thank you very much. So these are the things. So let us tell our people what they're voting for. So you see, if you want George Weah, then vote for Mr. Boaka. That's the real truth. Voting for Mr. Boaka, you're giving George Weah the presidency. I'll be honest with you. None of them deserve it. None of them deserve deserve it. And guys, please don't forget. And let me put this up again. Don't forget, today is Friday. You can make a contribution to the ANC Global. The pool watcher is $5. You can make a donation. It will help. Please, we asking your. We know sometimes it's not easy, but it's all over the place. You got to contribute when it comes to these things. And we got 5,891 polling center. You need 2 pool watchers to a polling center. You need a supervisor. You got to give them food. You got to feed them 3 times a day. You're not going to keep people, children in our polling center, because that is where President we are then planning to spend the money again. Yeah, that's where they plan to spend the money. So please, let us do what we can do to protect our vote. Imagine we're talking about $500,000. Yeah, or more than that. More than that. So the government is in a position to keep people there. NEC can do the recruiting for them. Yeah. So please, people going around asking for voter cards. They're asking for the numbers. They say, "Oh, get the numbers, then we'll call you," and this and that. It's just for nothing. They're keeping the cards. Don't let them take your card from you. Yeah. Okay, guys. Today is Friday, and it's not easy. My time is coming closer. The more the time comes closer, the pressure. I got to pack. I got to do this. I got a lot of things to stay covered up on. So thank you guys very much, and thanks for everything. And don't forget, make a contribution to the ANC, and also don't forget make a contribution to the general show. And I know some people can text me and want to call. I do not receive calls from Liberia. Yes, I don't receive calls from Liberia. All the calls come from. I'm sorry, I don't receive calls from America. What I talk here? I don't receive calls from America when they call in the station. If you want to call, you can call Liberia number, but I don't receive calls. Yeah. I know some of you are voting, but I want to see people calling from Liberia. And sometimes when the calls go, I can see people calling my phone. So don't think I ain't know. I seen the call, but I just want people from Liberia to do the calling. Yeah, people who are voting to do the calling. Yeah. So thank you very much. God bless you. I love you guys. Thank you.